Hi everyone, welcome back to my Bake Eden YouTube food channel. Going to be doing something that's very popular, a very classical dessert by everybody. If everyone don't know this, well, I don't know what to say. But today I'm going to be doing your classical apple crumble. Yes, apple crumble, very famous classical crumble with most families. That's been going back years. Lovely comfort food to have after you've had your meal, to sit down. But this is going to be an apple crumble with a difference, a little bit of twist to the apple crumble, something that I'm creating myself. So yes, so this is going to be your typical apple crumble, but with a difference. I'm going to be using all these apples are actually from the garden. So these are the last of the apples that I've got. I had loads. So we're going to be using the apples. You just want your basic plain flour. I've also got some Scotch porridge oats. I've got some organic coconut sugar. If you want to use demerara sugar, that's fine. If you want to use cassia sugar, that's fine. And just your margarine as well, or your butter, whichever one you want to use. So what I'm going to start off by doing, I'm going to start off by peeling the apples. What I'm going to do, I'm going to peel some apples, and some apples I'm going to leave the skin on. It just adds to the texture and the bite in the apple crumble. Just make it different. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start off by peeling the apples. Right, so peeled all the apples, cut them up. Some of them I've left the skin on, as you can see. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cut these up and put them straight in the pot. And once I've put that in the pot, I'm going to add a bit of sugar to that and then let that simmer so it just slightly heats up and breaks down a little bit. Don't want it too soft, but at the same time don't want it too hard. So just want the right balance of the apples in the pot. Here we go. Okay, so this is the apple that I've put in the pan, and you can see nicely it's just simmering away nicely, just gently. And what I've done with that, I've added a bit of cinnamon, a little bit of ginger, and a little bit of sugar, because I'm going to put something in there that I love that will add to the sweetness of the apple. Okay, so as you've seen what I'm doing with the apple, that's going to simmer away. What I'm going to add to that is some sultanas. I love sultanas, so that's going to add to the texture, and it's also going to be my natural sweetener for the apple. This is optional, so you don't have to do that. This is optional, but this is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now, the next step is going to be the crumble. So your flour, as I said earlier on, plain flour. I've got here 400 grams of plain flour, and to make it up to 500 grams, I've got 100 grams of porridge oats. And a general rule of thumb, it's always half fat to flour. So this is 250 grams of butter, margarine, whatever your personal preference is. And then I've got here 100 gram of organic coconut sugar. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, by hands. You can do it in a mix if you want to, that's fine. But I'm just purely doing this so you can see what it should look like, and also it's just nice to go back to some of the old-fashioned ways of doing things. So flour, and what I'm going to do, break it up and just keep doing it till it becomes almost like a breadcrumb mix. And then I'm going to add the porridge oats to this. This porridge of oats will give it a nice texture, and what it will also do with the crumble, that's going to make it different. It will also absorb any excess moist liquid that may be in the apple. Sometimes, you know, when apple crumbles are made, not necessarily by me, but I've eaten some apple crumble and it's quite wet and soggy. So doing this will also absorb the liquid, so it doesn't make it as runny, but make it quite stable and firm. And the last thing I'm going to add is my sugar. I'm just going to add, I'm going to leave a bit of that just to go over the top. And here, look how quick that was, very quick. Yeah. So that's your crumble mix. And what I'm going to do now is just check on the apple to make sure it's ready to go, and then we're going to put it together for it to go in the oven. Okay, so now that the crumble's done and the apple's done, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put half of the crumble in here, and I'm going to put half of the apple on top, and I'm going to put the other half on top, and then I'm going to put the rest of this in here, and I'm just going to mix that in just gently. I'm going to put this and then what I'm going to do lastly, just put a little bit of porridge oats on the top. And then that's going to go in the oven for about 25 minutes. And I'll see you then. Okay guys, this is it. This is my apple crumble with a twist. The apple mixed with the crumble, a little bit of sugar in on top, and a bit of the oats on top, left in the oven for about 25 minutes or so, and it comes out nice and golden on top. It's not wet, it's not soggy. That's because the oats has absorbed all the liquid, the moist inside. And that is fantastic. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put some custard that I warmed through earlier on. Look at that, beautiful. I'm gonna put some of that in a bowl. Perfect. And then I'm gonna put a portion of this. Actually, I better do a little bit more, a little bit less than a portion. Look at that, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, look at that. And that is your family favourite apple crumble with a twist, with a bit of custard. Anybody can make that. And it's nice to have something different, and it's all about being creative, and that's what I like, being creative with ingredients, putting different ingredients together, understanding what goes with what, understanding ratio, texture, flavor, all the other bits and pieces. So the more you subscribe, the more you comment and likes, the more I will do more videos. It's exciting to be able to bring stuff that's different to all of you, so that you can even try some of this at home yourself, build up your confidence, gives you that boost to be able to move forward around your kitchen and try different things. So I'm just going to try a little bit of this. The apple and the crunchiness of the oats, the crumble on top, and the sugar, and the nice hint of cinnamon. Beautiful. This is especially for Sonia, my sister, and my friend all the way in London. This is for you, Sonia. Sorry you couldn't be here, but this is beautiful. It's lovely. Guys, continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to comment, and there'll be a lot more to come as time goes on. If any of you have missed some of my previous video reels, you can go on to Bake Eden on YouTube. That's my channel, and you can see all my various different stuff that I've done on there. But do please subscribe, do please thumbs up and so forth, and there'll be more to follow. Thank you. Have a great evening.